go. What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? Here for another episode of Power Hour. We got Matt joining us. Matt, how we doing tonight?
Fantastic. Monday night, got a Mick Ulch.
There we go. Monday night, gotta bring in the Monday blues. Good. So we are just gonna discuss what happened last week, which was a crazy week in the stock market. I mean, you definitely followed it closer than I did. I wasn't following too close, but I'll just give a general kind of blow by, and then you can get into detail exactly what you want to get into detail about. But so basically, GameStop, which everyone knows.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Didn't like a group of Reddit users find out that like a stock company or a hedge fund was like shorting GameStop?
Yep.
Okay, so then they got in this Reddit group and they were like, okay, let's all fucking go all out on GameStop. And everyone just started buying GameStop. And then I think like it got so like the stock started rising, and then people were like, oh, fuck, should I buy GameStop? And then people started buying it. And then people started doing a little research and seeing this, seeing that, seeing this, seeing that. Next thing you know, everyone's fucking buying it. It was at like 350. I don't know if it was still today, but like last Friday.
Got to 400.
Yeah, like. So it was absurd. And then, these hedge funds cry poor. And it's like, dude, you have been fucking America for how many years? How the hell are you going to cry poor? And then, so then they cry poor. And then Robinhood stops all trades, buys everything, dealing with AMC, because AMC then came in the next day. And everyone's like, buy AMC. Let's do this to AMC. Everyone's shorting AMC. And, so then they did it, AMC and GameStop and whatever. You couldn't trade it. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't do anything to it. And they came out and they said they were looking out for the people. That's why they did it. They said this, and that. And then it came out that like the hedge fund that was getting fucked the most was the hedge fund basically backing the app Robinhood. So which is just 100% bullshit that they were looking out for the regular person. No, they were looking out for that. And then it came out that like a few people in the White House that are like supposed to be like overlooking this kind of things when they go on. They were getting paid by capital investments. So like they were kind of not behind it necessarily, but like involved.
Yeah.
And Steve Cohen, multi-billionaire worth like $20 billion, his name was loosely attached. Portnoy starts going after him. He starts fumbling and folding like a little bitch. Honestly, he just was folding. And he responds to Portnoy and he says, I'm just trying to make a living like me, like everyone else. Steve, hey buddy, you're worth $15.4 billion. No, you're fucking not. Like, God,
we're not on the same level. You're not on the same level as everyone else in this country. You're just not. And that tells you how detached these guys are from reality.
Yes. And they're crying poor. And I was just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Who fucking remembers when, back when the elected officials had a briefing on COVID way back before we did any lockdown or anything, they had a briefing on COVID. There was like 8 politicians, Republican and Democrat, that shorted the market, that fucking sold high, bought back low, made a bunch of fucking money, which is literally the definition of insider trading. The SEC, everyone said they're going to investigate these people when it came out in like July. What happened to these people? Fucking nothing. So like, this is such bullshit. Don't give me your cry poor, your this or that. I was so fed up when I read some of these things and I was like, you know what? These people have been fucking us for 30 years. And you know what? They still run everything and they still fucked us this time. Like,
dude, it's astounding to watch because this is actually, it's a history lesson we're living through right now. And these are my favorite moments when you see this kind of thing go on, especially like you're watching it unfold on Twitter where you're seeing live stuff happening with all these billionaires versus the common man. It's a war. We're going through a war between the 0.001% and the rest of the America. It's just these average guys. It's something that everyone can get behind. There's such a small percentage of people that are against, these guys on Reddit buying up all these shares. And it's funny to watch. And it's also super entertaining. And it's going to change the way Wall Street operates.
Yes.
Probably forever.
Yes.
And that's crazy. But you know what else is interesting is it's a combination of like this like weird revolution thing that's going on, but also you're watching the power of the internet unfold at once too. It's like it's a revolution happening on a fucking app.
Yeah.
Like people are just getting on their phones and causing this to happen. And that's what's so fascinating about this. And if I know one thing, it's don't bet against the internet because the internet will win. This is a Streisand effect going on right now.
Yeah.
Where the reason why people started buying AMC and Nokia and BlackBerry and all that was because the GameStop thing started getting shut down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was
So
bullshit. And people are like, well, fine, we'll find another stock. Fuck
yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys. And
So
I
they
love
basically,
that. And
yeah.
it's similar going for this. They're only putting a band-aid on us to try to stop the bleeding for right now, which is criminal. And they should all be in jail for that, by the way.
100%.
But it's a temporary fix. People are going to continue doing this. They're not going to let up. There's too many people backing this. And I think over the long term, you're going to see the internet comes out on top. And I'm here for the ride, dude. I am so here for it.
That's the thing. Like you said, it's a small fix, but like they're just gonna keep coming after him now. If they keep like with them doing this, they're just gonna keep coming after him because it's a small fix, but I mean, they're gonna keep doing it. And I thought it was hilarious. It's like this one guy was speaking on like CNBC or something, and he's like a Yale grad. He's like a very smart guy, and he was just like, "This just proves that fucking Harvard degree doesn't mean shit. You just got your shit rocked by a bunch of dweebs sitting in their mom's basement, and they just made you go broke. So stop giving me this. We need to go to Harvard to make you be able to trade my money type of shit." And it's
No, they're moving the goalposts. That's what they're
yes,
doing. They're moving the goalposts. They're taking their ball and they're going home. A lot of sports analogies going on right now,
yeah,
but that's what they're doing. It is it's crazy that they're getting away with it in some cases. It's nuts to watch these guys, and it really exposes it for what it is. That whole Wall Street type of culture where it's more about who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and that's true with life in general.
yeah.
But this is really exposing Wall Street for what it really is, and these fucking pussies who are crying about it, saying, "Oh, this isn't right. We're doing this for your own protection." That's my favorite argument, by the way,
Love
is
it.
the whole
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we're doing this to like because it's the market's too volatile and like we don't want you guys to make a mistake or whatever." It's like, shut up. I'm gonna do what I want with my money. You shut up
Yeah.
and sit in the corner and lose your money. You can afford to lose some money, by the way. Let it happen. And it would have been way less bad if you wouldn't have made such a big deal about it.
Well, they made a big deal because the one company was like about to go bankrupt. That's how much they shorted GameStop.
Good. Fuck them.
No, I agree,
Go
but that's
bankrupt. That's the
a,
free market at work right there.
but doesn't it make you think? This is what I thought of the other day. Is like, so people like these huge hedge funds, they make everyone money. But didn't this kind of make you think like, honestly, just because like they kind of prove that they run everything in terms of Wall Street? Like I think that was proven.
Yeah,
That but that
100%. They
but
showed that it was kind of rigged.
But what I'm saying is like these guys aren't that smart. They just control the game. So like they might lose a
Yeah.
few times, but like in reality, they're gonna win you money because they control the game that you're playing.
Yeah, and it's a really small percentage of people that are doing it. It's a really small game with
Yeah.
a tiny board with a tiny amount of players. But then when everyone else gets in, hey, you guys are having a tough time during the pandemic. Why don't you invest your money, invest your stimulus check? All right, fine, we'll do it. They're like, no, just kidding, don't do that. You're fucking us over.
Yeah.
God, stop.
Oh,
It's
it's so funny, dude. It is honestly. When I was like, I just loved watching the memes. It was the first time because like obviously this past year has a lot of fucking shit has happened just in terms of politics, the world, everything. And there's been so many just fucking arguments on Twitter, just shit. I love Twitter. I love just going on there and laughing. This was the first time, and honestly, probably a year, probably since Kobe died. This was the first time on the internet that everyone was like, "Yep, we are all together. Fuck these
yeah.
guys." And it
No,
was
it's great.
awesome.
It's a very unifying thing.
Yes.
It's an incredible thing to just watch unfold in real time. And I live for this type of shit. And I
Yeah.
invested
Oh,
in this
yeah.
stuff too, by the way. The second, like, how much did you jump on any of these stocks? Like, which ones did you jump on? If you
I
did?
got some AMC. I was literally reading an article last week that like the GameStop guy came out and said that they weren't going to go under quite yet. They still have a bunch of stores open. And I never thought to buy it though. And then I didn't see anything. And by the time I like looked, it was at like $87. And I was like, it's probably gonna go up more. But like, what if it doesn't? In the back of my head, I also was like, dude, if these companies are getting fucked, somehow we're gonna get fucked. Which I guess if you got
Yeah.
in at the right time, it didn't really matter. If you bought it anywhere under $200, you're probably what you didn't get fucked no matter what. But I was just kind of like, is it really going to go up that much more since they've already fucked a lot of people? Not even, they didn't really fuck them over. They just did what was right. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get in. I got AMC like the next day though, because I did see it on like the little Reddit thread. Someone like posted a picture and was like, dude, everyone's going on AMC tomorrow. So I was able to get like a few, but then it blocked like a few of mine. So
Yeah, dude, same for me. So I got kind of fucked with the AMC when I bought Nokia and BlackBerry, and I was on Wall Street Bets before this happened, and I had seen some of these posts about it, like kind of going down. I wasn't really paying attention because it was like 2 weeks ago when it really started kind of blowing up,
yeah,
and I wasn't really. I just was like, whatever. I just don't have time for this. It was a busy week for me, and then it started getting crazier and crazier. Then I actually looked into it at the end of so 2 weeks ago on the Friday. I looked at it, and there was like a bunch of threads about it. But I think at that point it was already at like $100 a share, and I was like, it's not going to go higher than that. That's pretty high. There's no way it's going to get
yeah,
above that.
right.
I was fucking wrong. So right after that on Monday, that's when I tried getting AMC, but Robinhood fucked me, dude.
Yeah,
I placed an order for a certain amount of shares, and it told me that I canceled my order. I ordered, then I ordered again later on Sunday night,
yeah,
and it told me that I canceled my shares, which I did not do.
yeah.
But it said that I canceled all of them. And then when it did go through for the purchase for me, I bought in at a relatively high price compared to what it is now. I bought in at like $15 or $16 a share. So I'm down right now, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna hold it because even at the end of the day now, AMC's saved. Like they've announced that like they're in a much better financial position now.
Yeah.
And I believe it. And I don't think movie theaters are gonna go away. I think they'll be back 6 months
No,
from
they
now, a year from
actually,
now. And that stock's gonna go back up to where it was before in the 20s or 30s, maybe. So
the
I'm gonna hang
guy
on to that. I don't really care.
the guy who like runs a lot of it, he had this huge thing like they're gonna start doing like a lot of like innovative stuff. They're also talking about making so obviously they have a shit ton of theaters in those where gambling's legal. Get a gambling license and just play 100 sports games and have in person sports betting in the theaters.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So if that happens, I mean, yeah, AMC is gonna fucking skyrocket,
Skyrocket.
especially because all these fucking Reddit dudes are gonna be on it. Like they support it. All these guys support it, and that's what the internet fucking drove all this shit first.
I love it. I love the crowdsourcing aspect of this, and it makes me wish I would have bought more. But then I bought a decent amount of Nokia because it's obviously a way cheaper stock.
Yeah,
And then I bought the one thing I regret not buying more of at the beginning of the pandemic is the shirt you're wearing right now. I bought a fair
yeah,
amount of pen when it first when they announced it, when the announcement came out. I was in my bed that morning and I saw that, and I literally went on Robinhood and bought
yeah,
a bunch of shares immediately. But when the pandemic hit and it got down to like $4,
yep,
it was just at a weird time for me where I was like, I wish that I was like, oh, I should probably invest, but like it'll probably be down there for a little while, whatever. But I was like a little nervous about finances at the time. I'm like, I don't know like
yeah,
how my work's gonna approach this. Maybe I shouldn't be just throwing a bunch of money into this stock that I don't really know. And then I got to like 8 and I was about to place an order for um probably 100 more shares. And Robinhood, it takes like 3 days to transfer the funds out of your account. And I was like, I don't want to fucking wait for that. I want to do
yeah,
it now. And if
right,
once I get the funds, maybe the stock's going to be up at that point. I don't know. And I just fucked up. Like I just didn't do it. But now it's at what 107 or something like that.
yeah.
I would have gotten such incredible returns from that.
Yeah, it's
So that's kind of what fueled me to like buy into these. I'm like, fuck it. I have some money to play with. I'm going to play with it in this. It's
right,
more of a gambling aspect, but I don't care. It'll be fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to participate in this and like watch the stocks go up. I'm glued to my phone. I wake up in the morning. It's the first thing I do is check it.
right,
And it's just like a fun thing to do. I mean, we're all still stuck doing whatever the hell we're doing.
right.
So it's just a nice way to like break up your day.
Speaking of Penn, I mean, Portnoy is going after these guys, and I fucking love it. He's just fucking putting the burners on these guys, telling them to answer questions, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because he's got such a big platform. And a lot of these guys who are in this kind of stay to their lane because they're in it all the same one. They probably all know a few things that like the normal person doesn't. So like they just kind of stay in their lane, blah blah blah. They may not like each other, but they're not going to say stuff about the other. But you got Portnoy, and I mean Portnoy is worth probably $200 million now, maybe more with how well the Penn stock is doing. But maybe 150, 200, 300 million, whatever. But I mean he's going after Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen's worth fucking $15 billion. Like he's going after guys with a lot of money and a lot of pull. And I love it because it's given like the fucking Wall Street Bets dude, who's a fucking awesome guy. He's hilarious on Twitter and everything like that too. And he's just giving people like that just a fucking voice because everyone else is shutting them out. So I love listening to Portnoy go off on this shit. And honestly, I hope
Yeah, me
fucking
too. And plus, he started his whole stock thing this year. He got really into it. So, like,
Yep.
now he's engulfed in that world. And it fits with the Barstool brand perfectly, by the common man for the common man type of thing.
Yep.
And I think it's great. It's something we can all kind of rally against. And by the way, dude, when you have Republicans and Democrats agreeing on an issue, like Ted Cruz agreeing with AOC,
Yeah, right.
that's nuts.
When the pandemic started, if you would have told me in a year from now, Ted Cruz and AOC will strongly agree about a very big issue, I would be like, yeah, no chance. I'll take no for $1 million. Like, no way.
Yeah, it's a fascinating thing to watch. But what do you think about now? What about Dogecoin? As you can see, my name is Doge King. I'm very invested in this.
I was literally just about to bring this up. So, dude, I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I don't know if you've ever watched the Jimmy Tatro. No, I don't. Probably no one does. But I don't know if you've ever watched the Jimmy Tatro where it's like his friend explains cryptocurrency to him, and it's just like, yeah, so it's this thing, and like, yeah, it's on the internet, and
yeah,
and like he just just like what everyone tries to explain it to you, you're like, yeah, okay, that made no sense, but I love it. Only reason why I love it is because like everyone's tweeting about it, and Karina Kopp, who I think is one of the most hottest girls in the fucking world, she's just a fucking smoke show. Loves it. Like so many people are in on it, and I honestly, it's fun. I like it too because it's like a spin-off. It's literally the AMC of crypto. Like everyone on the internet now is just buying Dogecoin, and like now crypto. Who knows if like we all are buying it that it really ups it, or like who knows how crypto really works? You know what I mean? So, but it's funny because
I have no idea.
Exactly, but everyone on the internet is like trying to push it just like AMC, just like GameStop and everything, and I fucking am here for it. So like stuff like that, I'll cheer for. I don't have a lot of. I mean, you can get it now because it's fucking cheap. I don't have a lot.
It's so cheap,
but I'm sitting there cheering for it like every day, even though it probably would do nothing for me because I have like nothing. But like I'm definitely gonna get in. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm cheering because I'm just like, oh, I love these memes. I love these people tweeting about it. I just wanted to
I know, me too. It's hype.
Yeah,
It's gambling, dude. I mean, with
Yeah.
cryptocurrency, you're gambling. With the stock market, I mean, you can be a little bit more calculated with what you're doing, what you're investing in, long-term stuff. And I have some smart investments too that I've invested in. But like the AMC one, the GameStop one are like fun to play with, but they're still not as volatile as like Dogecoin, which is completely the Wild West. There's no way of predicting what's going to happen. And I just keep throwing $50 in here or there because you get so many shares. And I'm like, or so many Dogecoins, whatever the fuck. I don't even know how it works. But like it's so cheap. I'm like, who cares? If I lose a couple $100, so what? And if it goes up high, if it does go to 10 cents even or 25 cents, dude, I'm gonna have a lot of money.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, is like what's so cool about it too is that like it's so awesome because you're literally people are just cheering for 10 cents. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can get behind that. Like that's simple. I can get behind just fucking 10 cents of Dogecoin. Like
for sure.
Hell yeah. So like I'm all for it. I even if I will probably invest more because it stays there and I love just watching the Twitter memes and everything. But like,
yeah, and you know what? You can sit on it for a couple years. If it doesn't play out now, like whatever, dude. Cryptocurrency, who gives a shit? But the important thing about Dogecoin is that anyone can invest in it. Even if you're a poor like kid on TikTok who doesn't even have money, you can still throw $10 in, $50 in. And the problem with Dogecoin is there's so many Dogecoins or whatever available. There's like 150 billion or something. So in order to make it go up, you have to buy a ton.
Right.
But the thing is, if you have a lot of people buying small amounts, it has potential to be able to go up really high.
Honestly, we need to get Dogecoin in the TikTok world, and we need to get these 12-year-olds to just like take their mom's credit card. Every 12-year-old who does it to buy like Fortnite,
just dump $100 in
on Dogecoin, and like it just slowly is going there, and then like boom, sooner or later, like that's the thing. My buddy texts me, he's like, dude, I bought a shit ton of Dogecoin, and I'm like, oh damn, like I've been following it. Like honestly, I didn't, but like I hope it fucking does well. And he's like, dude, if it makes 10 cents, I'll be the happiest guy alive. Like all I need is 10 cents. And I'm just like sitting there like, dude, yeah, all right, 10 cents. Let's fucking go, dude. Like
Dude, I'm so down for that. And people want to get it even higher than that. I think it has potential to get higher. I mean, Elon keeps tweeting about it and all that shit. And I think that'll
That's
be really
awesome.
interesting to see. But I don't care. At the end of the day, like I've invested enough, but not enough to like, if I lost it all, I wouldn't really be that
Yeah.
phased. I'd be like, okay, fine. I
Well, that's what.
gambled a little bit and I lost some money. It's like going to the casino and doing
Yeah.
blackjack and feeling hot and then you just
Yeah.
lose it all. All right, fine. I did that. But this is one of, at least it's a really long game of blackjack is what we're playing.
Yeah. But the thing about, you know how like when you play blackjack and you're just kind of like, okay, I hit, lost, hit, lost, hit, lost. You kind of get bored. Dogecoin, dude, it could go up to
Dude,
4 cents.
it is just
But it
it's
could go,
all over the
it
place.
could go to 4 cents and you're like, all right, baby, let's fucking go, dude. And then like
Yeah,
it could go to 3 cents. You're like, all right, fucking ride the wave, ride the wave, ride the wave. Like you're into it the whole fucking time. And like I don't know if so little Sasquatch from Barstool, I don't know if you saw his
yeah.
video when he was doing like the people on the internet that really have no clue about stocks but talk about stocks on Twitter. And like he's like, it dips, you buy the dip, it dips, you buy it. He kept saying that, and he was like making fun of everyone. He's like, Robinhood can't do that. That's market manipulation. Like all this shit. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But like I was thinking like the whole like it dips, you buy the dip. Like that's how everyone is thinking with Dogecoin. Like, okay, I got in at 2 cents. If it gets to 3, good. If it gets below 2, I'm buying the dip again because we're gonna ride the way back up. Like,
Yeah. And that's what's so fun about it is just watching these people just keep pumping money in and keep seeing.
yeah,
You'll see celebrity like Lil Yachty's tweeting about it and stuff and like getting more people to buy it. I love it. It's a fun ride, and I have like friends who invested way more than me. I got friends who dumped in a shit ton of money into
yeah,
it, and some of them bought in at like 3 cents, which probably wasn't the best move.
yeah,
3 or
right.
4 cents, but like we just keep texting. We're like, "Oh, Dogecoin's back up, baby.
Yeah,
We're back
yeah.
up. Let's go." And it's an entertaining thing that just keeps going. And like some days, like when it got to 8 cents last week, that was incredible. I was at my girlfriend's house and I just couldn't get off my phone because it just kept
Yeah.
shooting up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
And I almost re-upped. I was like with her and I wasn't like on it constantly. And I was about to buy more. And then Robinhood was just giving me issues. And I was like, well, fuck this. I don't want to like put more money in my Robinhood account and not do it. But I almost put like another $2,000 in just to be
Yeah.
like, fuck it. And then watch it go up to 8 cents. I had a friend actually, I had dinner with him on Friday. He put in 15 grand on Wednesday or Thursday night. Whenever right before it shot up, right after Elon tweeted about it. That's when he put in like, he was like, fuck it, I don't care. Put in 15 grand. It got up to 8 cents. He sold and made 30 grand or something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I get behind
And I was like, wow, you shouldn't have just sold. First of all, fuck you.
Yeah.
But also, I get it. You're gambling. You're playing with a little bit. That's what cryptocurrency is. I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I know a tiny bit about stocks, but I know nothing about cryptocurrency.
It's like I mean, fucking whatchamacallit, the Bitcoin. Like that dude has like 15 million of Bitcoin. He can't even get into his account. He gets 3 more.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
He has 3 more chances to guess his or 2 more chances to guess his password correct. If he doesn't get it right, it's just in the fucking clouds for the rest of the world.
Dude, I would have the most stress and anxiety in the entire world if that was. I couldn't handle that.
I just like if you have 20 million of Bitcoin, like, can you just sell it all?
Well, I don't know. Well, that's the thing is I don't really know how it works, but like if there was that other guy who allegedly he had like a hard drive with 320 million of Bitcoin on it currently, and he accidentally threw out the wrong hard drive, and that was the one with it on it. So he was offering to pay the city 70 million to have people go in and like look for this hard drive in the dump. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if that's like a legit story or a legit source.
You know what's crazy?
But if that is true, dude, I would like if I lost that. That's not only a life-changing thing. It's a generational thing that you could have for like your kids and your grandkids and stuff.
Yeah. You know what's like so American though is people behind Bitcoin. I'm not necessarily behind it, but 2 big drivers in the Bitcoin crypto world are the fucking Winklevosses.
The Winklevi.
Like that's like so like, oh yeah, those 2 would fucking be like doing stuff.
It's such a Winkle. By the way, your name is Winklevoss because of course you're into cryptocurrency if your last name is Winklevoss, dude.
Right?
Like it's like the law. You have to be into cryptocurrency if your last name's Winklevoss. Like it's ridiculous. Let me ask you this though: how much do you know about Clubhouse? Because that's where Elon was on last night or
Yeah.
last night. And
Okay.
I guess he was talking about Dogecoin and some of these things.
I literally fucking weird. Oddly enough, Larsa Pippen. I follow her because she's just always in the news. Fucking like Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. She like fucks 20-year-olds and she's always in the news. So I follow her. And she was on Clubhouse listening to Elon talk. And that is literally all I know about it. I know nothing other than she was on it listening to Elon talk about it, and that is it.
So I got invited yesterday. One of my buddies invited me to join or whatever, and I was going to try to get on the Elon thing just to see what it's about. And I've been hearing, everyone in LA is fucking on Clubhouse now. And by the way, it sounds stupid. I'm like, Clubhouse, first of all, is the dumbest name for an app in the entire world. I hate it. But I'm like, fine, I'll see what it's all about. I got an invite. I joined, and I'm like, this is the interface I'm not a big fan of. It's essentially, I was on it today a little bit. It's like a live podcasting app. Essentially, it's like a Zoom call where random people can join the Zoom call, and they'll have moderators, and you can let people in to like talk and ask questions, and you have a topic at the top,
like a seminar on a computer kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. And it's just a bunch of these like venture capitalists and cryptocurrency analysts and like serial entrepreneurs, and there'll be people in the music industry. It's very random. Like the groups are really random, and you go in and just listen, and you can talk to like it started about like based on celebrities. Like you can listen to your favorite celebrity talk live, and then maybe ask them a question live and talk. So it's like a call-in show essentially. It's a very weird combination of things, and there's no video to it, which is strange. But yeah, that's what Elon was on last night. And I tried joining the thing. He was supposed to get on at 10 o'clock, and I got on at 10 o'clock and tried to join, and it was just jam-packed at 10 o'clock. Like everything, all the spaces were filled.
Just see a picture of Elon and hear his voice. You don't actually see
No, you don't see him. You just talks, and then there'll be like other like celebrities or entrepreneurs in there and stuff. It's weird, dude. It's really, really weird. Like I got on earlier today, and I don't know if do you know who Tim Dillon is?
Yeah, the comedian, right?
Yeah. So he had a thing today, and I tuned into his, and his was a little bit better, but he's a comedian, so it's obviously going to be more entertaining because he's kind of a maniac. I tuned into his, and that was kind of interesting. He was like just taking questions and like shooting the shit with people, and he had a couple other comedians join, and they're like shooting the shit. But all the other one, I tried to get on a couple this morning and just listen, but like they're these super long conversations, and I have to work. I can't just sit at my desk and like listen to these live conversations all day. I'm not going to be engaged. It's very weird, and I don't really know if it's a sustainable type of platform that's going to stick around forever, like an Instagram or Facebook or Twitter.
Why can't they just be in like a Zoom so you can at least see them? Like, why can't they just be like this? You don't have to see everyone else in the thing. Like, why can't
I don't know. I don't know what the maybe it's supposed to be because like maybe you can do it like on the go, like put your AirPods in and listen. And maybe if you like raise your hand to try to talk, they'll call you in, and like you can have it on in your car and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's a very strange format, and like I said, I just don't know if it's a sustainable like format for engaging people, because people want to have likes. People want to see themselves, dude. Like that's why Instagram is so popular. People love editing their photos, putting pictures up of themselves, getting likes, getting those notifications, the little dopamine hit. And this doesn't really have all those types of typical social media things. And it's overwhelming, by the way, too. Like the amount of rooms, like once you open up the thing, there's just like 20 rooms you can join. And I'm like, how do I choose one? You know? And some of them just have nobodies in them. They're just random guys talking about something. I'm like, I don't fucking care what that guy has to say.
Yeah, but you could actually accidentally click on that room and be like, well, what the fuck am I doing in here? But also like, people want to fucking be in the little seminar group, and they want to take that fucking video of Elon talking and seeing him talking. Like they don't want to just see his little fucking picture, because then it's like, oh, you could have just fucking stole that from his Twitter. Like,
yeah, I think part of the idea was like people are more interested in long form content now, like a Joe Rogan type of thing. Where people have a longer attention spans than what everyone else thought, that corporate America thought people's attention spans were. So I think it's kind of trying to capitalize on that, where it's saying people are interested in that. Let's give them content that they can listen to constantly. But like it's not recorded. So if you miss the thing, then you miss the thing.
Oh, so
it's like there's no like on your profile, it's just a bio and your Instagram and Twitter, and that's it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just an idiot, and I don't have good foresight to what hits and what doesn't hit. I mean, I'm not a social media expert by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just a weird
platform. Is it a Zuckerberg app? Did Zuckerberg create, or the Instagram, Facebook guys create it?
No, I don't know who created it, but I think they have some pretty big investments of
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of
Well,
dollars
I would
to
assume
develop it and
so.
stuff.
If you have freaking Elon speaking, I would
Yeah,
assume that it's pretty well backed for sure.
yeah. I
But
mean, it's well backed. And there's a lot of cool celebrities on it that'll talk and join and talk to each other. And
yeah,
there's cool aspects to it. I just don't. It's not an app I want to get on every day because when
yeah,
I get on apps and stuff, like it's curated to me and to what I want. So when I get on Twitter, it'll show tweets at the top from people that I followed that I want to hear what they say. Same with Facebook and Instagram. Instagram's not even chronological. It shows posts that like I engage with from accounts that I engage with a lot. So
right.
when I get on, I can engage with those posts and look at them, and Instagram kind of knows. So I don't know if they're planning on doing other stuff, if it's still in like a beta phase or whatever, but it's a very strange app. Like even the icon for the app is weird. Like let me see if I can. Yeah, that's the icon for the app.
Huh? Like
Yeah,
if I
it's
saw
just like a
that, if I
guy.
saw that picture, I would not be like, yeah, oh, I can go here to watch, listen.
It's just a guy holding a guitar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know,
what are they gonna do? Concerts on there now? Like,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I don't have
is
I don't
that
have
like the
any idea
new?
what
Like,
their plan is for it.
I could see it getting a little traction now. If the country starts to open up, it'll completely lose that traction. But like, this would have been good to have for like comedians for like a stand-up routine when you couldn't go see them. Like, they just fucking sit here on this and do a stand-up with people actually technically in the crowd type of thing. You
Yeah, and
know?
you can do that. And I think some comedians have done that where because you can hear people laughing and stuff. So you could sit there
Yeah.
and podcast essentially by yourself
Right.
and have people reacting to it, I guess. But if you want to be interactive, you want people to feel like so it really only works for celebrities,
Yeah.
and the
Oh, for
spectators who
sure.
want to listen.
For sure.
So I don't know. I mean, uh, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Maybe I'll come around to it later and
Yeah.
think it's the best app in the world. But
You have to pay for
for
it?
now, I'm very skeptical. No paying
Oh,
for
good.
it. I guess it's growing a lot right now.
Yeah, I mean, they probably. I mean, if they have a lot of money backed into it, they're gonna get these celebrities to push it for at least a little bit, and then it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's either gonna stick or not stick. But let's get these celebrities to push it. People are gonna download, and then let's see if it sticks.
Yeah, I mean, the coolest thing about it is like, let's say you have a favorite celebrity, let's say Tom Hanks is on it or something, and you're the biggest Tom Hanks fan in the world.
Yeah,
And he gets on and he's just like, I'm just going to take questions. All right, I'm Tom Hanks, blah, blah. Hey, Jody from Utah. What do you, what kind of question do you have? And then Jody from Utah asks a question, he answers it. And it's like, hey, Peter from
yeah,
Iowa, what's up, Peter? And then like they talk. So it's kind of like a radio show almost too. So
yeah. I mean, there's
it's
definitely that.
interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely that interaction with fans. You're not getting the typical reporter question type things. Like, you're this is actually people in the room who are fans of these people that are asking these questions. So that aspect of it, I guess, is like very intriguing and very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely intriguing aspects to it. It's just so not typical to any other social media platform. And maybe that's a good thing. But I wish I could have been on the Elon one last night. I have no idea what he said because, like I said, you can't record them and you
Yeah.
can't, like, there's no way to go back and play it back, which
Yeah,
is,
that is
that's a
wild.
weird thing,
That
you
is
know?
wild, especially with like how the internet works now. Like, something goes viral, like that's only probably gonna get more
Yeah.
people. But I don't know, maybe that's like one of
Well,
the
the other thing too is like, if it is geared towards celebrities, which it seems to be, like only celebrities are the ones, but anyone can host a room. You can start a room and do whatever you want. And once you get enough users on the app, what in my opinion is going to happen is everyone's just going to start starting their own rooms and no one's going
yeah,
to be viewing the content because you're just wanting to focus on yourself, which is what all this other social media is about. When you're on Twitter, you're tweeting, you want people to follow you.
yeah,
When you're on Facebook, you're trying to get likes, you're posting pictures. Same with Instagram, you're trying to get likes and responses to your DMs and get a reaction from people and post a sketch that you did or something. And with this one, it's just there's nothing to post really. It's just a
right,
conversation app.
yeah.
So I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's interesting to like look at. And I've only been on it for 24 hours at this point, so
Yeah, no,
I'm
that
still
would
diving
be
into it and figuring out what it's even supposed to be. But it just seems to be a lot of like tech guys talking in platitudes about, how to be a marketer and what their life was like, and then the like life coaches and shit. And I'm like, I don't fucking care what you have to say.
Like the fucking, motivational speaker and all that kind of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone, it takes them 30 minutes to get their point across. I was on one this morning. The first one I got on was he's like, all right, we're gonna let Jay on the line. And Jay, so tell us about it. So you had something you wanted to say. He's like, yeah, so just a little bit of background. So I'm a entrepreneur. I grew up in Silicon Valley, and let me just back up a little bit. So before that, I was invested in a lot of ETFs, and I had an NDE. And with that NDE, what happened was, and everyone's like, wait, what's an NDE? He's like, well, it's a near-death experience. And so with an NDE, so this is what happened. And pretty much all I have to say about that is it was a life-changing type of thing. And when you're like, let me give you an analogy. And they just talk in circles. And I'm like, get to the fucking point. Talk. I'm interested in long form content if you're talking about something interesting and if you're an interesting person. I don't want to hear Joe Schmo from Silicon Valley, who I don't even know you've done anything. You just had a near death experience. Okay, great. Good for you. I'm glad you're alive. But what you're not getting, people, not everyone's a performer and they don't know how to communicate shit to
the
public.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, that'll be interesting though to see how well that turns out. But about wraps it up for us tonight. You got any last words? I was just gonna say everyone needs to go buy Dogecoin.
Everyone go buy Dogecoin. I'm not an investor. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take my advice.
Yes.
Everything I say is a joke, strictly for legal reasons. But Dogecoin is the future.
We are not,
and we're going to be paying. Advisors. You're going to be paying for your double quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's with Dogecoin in the future. So keep that in mind.
But once again, we are not financial advisors. So, but do keep that in mind.
Buy Penn too.
Yeah, Penn. Let's fuck Wall Street again, boys. We appreciate it.
I'm down for it.
We'll see you later. Peace.